Had I known we were doing that, I would have told you to look away. I'm sorry. Ruben Amaro Jr. is here, Philadelphia Phillies GM. That's how the season ended after 102 wins and an outstanding season, but that was how it ended. How is Ryan Howard now, Ruben?
You know, he's doing well. You know, obviously it's a pretty major surgery, and he's a big man. So, we have some concerns about the rehab, but he's done very well. He's progressing well, and in fact, by the end of February, we think he's going to be start to do some baseball activities, some light baseball activities, which is a good sign.
As I was watching this play here at MLB Network, I thought, wow, imagine a Phillies fan watching that. How do you react emotionally to that?
Well, it's disappointed for him, and I know he was disappointed. In fact, we went into the clubhouse afterwards, obviously, and in the training room, and I don't think there's anybody more disappointed than Ryan Howard. He looked up at Dave Montgomery and I at that point and said, "I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry."
Oh.
And so that tells you a lot about the character of Ryan Howard, not just Ryan Howard, but our club in general. We just have a great clubhouse, and I know this is clubhouse confidential, but I can tell you this: that I've never been around a better group of guys who are, who are more focused on winning and really care about each other.
How does the group then react after all the success and then bang, like that, Cardinals come back and you guys are done?
And these guys were unhappy. There's no question. I mean, I was in the clubhouse in 2009 when we lost the World Series and to the Yankees, and by and large, a significant number of those guys were on this club. There's a bitterness there, and I think that there's going to be an edge come spring training. I hope they have it.
Is it difficult when you get to, and the Yankees, this happened to them a few years back too, where if we don't win the World Series, we're disappointed. It doesn't seem too healthy, does it? And yet you're almost at that point now where we don't win it all, well, we should have won it all. How do you counter that?
Yeah, I think we measure our success with the opportunities that we give our fans to enjoy the opportunity to come get to the playoffs and to put ourselves in a position to contend every year. And that's really our job, is to make sure that we're contending every year. How the ball rolls, whether we make the right pitch, whether we get the big base hit, that's stuff that's, human nature. You just can't control it. Obviously, St. Louis was playing great baseball at the time, and we, kind of ran into a buzzsaw, much like we did against San Francisco when they won it the year prior. So I think we can hold our heads high that we had a heck of a year. At the same time, we do have the expectation that we want to get back there again and give it another shot.
You try to approximate the production of Ryan Howard. You get Jim Thome. What are you expecting out of Thome?
Jimmy, more than anything else, I think he's going to be more of a bench player and more of a team leader for us. Obviously, a great person, great personality, great familiarity with our organization, clearly. But I think more than anything else, probably guys like Ty Wigington and maybe John Mayberry will play the bulk of first base. If Jimmy puts himself in a position to be able to play a little bit more first base, that'd be great. I did talk to Jimmy before he signed, and we said, hey, I got to have you do something besides just pinch hit, because that's, that's like a dead player on a 25-man squad for a National League team. And he promised me that he's going to put himself in a position to be able to play some, and we can't expect him to be a platoon guy necessarily at the outset, but perhaps he can give us a little, can give Wington a spell and give us a little punch from the left side.
All right, so you get some power there off the bench. At the very least, a big part of your team the last couple of years is Jimmy Rollins, and yet you kept it to a 3-year deal. What were the concerns there? I mean, the guy's getting older, and yet he still does so much. So how did you actually frame that?
Yeah, I think Jimmy is a huge part of our club. He's, in many ways, kind of the life of our club. He's been one of our leaders and plays a very vital role for us, at least defensively for us. You get kind of spoiled, especially when you have our kind of staff. We have to be able to catch the baseball, and having him, in that 6th spot and playing shortstop every day, very, very important for us to have that steady hand there. Additionally, Jimmy, although his years and his production in the last couple of years has not been as great, we think that he's going to be okay. We think he's going to be fine. And last year he started playing more like Jimmy Rollins, and hopefully he's healthy enough and continue to produce the way we know he can produce.
Well, we had thought at this time, a lot of people out there had thought Dominic Brown would be a big contributor at this point already. What are the plans for Dominic Brown?
Yeah, Dominic obviously had a kind of a blow to him personally, I guess, when we went out and made the trade for Hunter Pence. We've now moved him to left field because I think that might very well be his future, since Hunter's kind of a stalwart there in right field for us. But we did him kind of a disservice, bouncing him up and down and moving him around. So I think unless he really wows us during the course of spring training, I think he would really certainly benefit from getting a full season of AAA baseball under his belt, get accustomed to left field, and kind of go from there. But you never know what happens in spring training. I like the competition. We'll have John Mayberry and Lance Nix competing out there as well, and we'll kind of see how it goes.
All right, hey, good stuff. Ruben, we appreciate you coming in into the
Thanks
studio.
so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Ruben Amaro Jr., General Manager of the Philadelphia Phillies.